They're either partially excavated or they're being covered just to protect them from any escape of or intrusion of water, perhaps. Okay, that's where we came in. Both sides are reasonably filled up, although less so down here. And here is apparently, for display purposes, the standing army. Probably all restored. Probably down here to give an inducement to bring people down at this end. But it gives you a little sense of the magnitude of work. I mean, it's just a small portion of what would be in this pit if there were in fact 6,000 men and horses. Okay, probably what we have here in the foreground is the command center for the ongoing site excavation. And these guys are spread out a lot more than they are in the pits. They're much closer together in the pits. So if you take this number that appears to be here size-wise and extrapolate it for the rest of this huge area, gives you a clue of why there could be 6,000. But no real difference between the arrogance of power that can command this kind of resource than those that built the pyramid, or the Great Wall, or Angkor Wat, or Machu Picchu, or any of what we call the great sites. The great sites of megalomania power is what they really are. So what should command the respect of the ages? Things that are done for religion, as though that's a greater justification than raw power. Art, particularly by those who did not care whether it was accepted or appreciated. They probably cared, but they worked on anyway. Or those things that were done to benefit man, like those who create great music and art, can only be doing it to satisfy their own egos and to benefit mankind. What other reason could there be? Unless it's religious art, and even then to a degree it applies. And to benefit mankind. What other reason could there be? Unless it's religious art, and even then to a degree it applies. Bronze mirrors, the backs of, and given that they were probably used principally by women, you can imagine that the finest of detail and beauty went into the backs of these, although we can't see them, but we do get a sense of the size. I think this diagram shows the depth of relief of this very detailed one here. I can't see the motif except I think there's an animal in the center. They're the same things here. I just picked this just to look at these characters. Here again, some well-preserved, somewhat elaborate, I think somewhat glazed, if not just painted, building decorations. These are painted pottery figures of zodiac animals. Very Egyptian looking. These are typical female hairstyles and cosmetic makeup designs, at least in antiquity. Gold inlaid earrings with gems. These are gilded silver hairpins with the design of butterflies. They certainly look elegant and detailed and fragile. This depicts the clothing apparently that some men wore. What defines which, I don't know. It certainly looks like the warrior that we're coming into here. He sure had a heavy burden, at least the guy on the right did. They're an armored warrior. Here a pair of warriors, yellow glazed. These are powerful looking horses. Here another use of models, now much smaller, but indicating the same point. Here are figurines of somewhat normal common folk, soldier, maid servant, maid holding a powder box. You wonder what these were made for other than just artistic items for sale or something. It would have been nicely painted and bright. Chinese children totally out of control. This looks like a porcelain, glazed porcelain pillow, presumably with a beautiful woman on it. This is bronze blunderbuss. This is a painted camel with his cargo, including the little monkey riding on the back. This looks like the beginning of a new skyscraper. They're all around me. New ones, I mean, and under construction. There you see little pods of rebar sticking up in clumps, ready for the base of pillars of the structure, apparently. Don't know what that big ditch is there. And here's the other solution. Crossovers that wrap around. Butterfly in the busy part of Xi'an. This is an interesting building design-wise. Also some interesting buildings to the side. Particularly so with the fountains, and they've got light, so that night that could be pretty spectacular. Also, you'll notice some of the other architecture nearby.